It's a super hot day here in the UK, and hot off the press is Microsoft updates around Copilot for August 2024. So let's get stuck in. In my July update, I gave 2 sources of information around Copilot updates. This time we're going to use 5. So this time we're going to start off with that Copilot general blog post that we get from Microsoft. But we've also got updates within Teams and within SharePoint, really good updates just generally around those products. So they also talk about Copilot. So we're going to go into those and it's going to point out some of those other things that are there. We've even got some Viva stuff as well. And at the end, we'll have a look at that email around what's been sent to all your users around Copilot. So as you can see here, we've got this what's new in Copilot July 2024. Fully appreciate I called this video August, but as you can see, released on the 31st of July. So you can go just general updates, a bit of a summary of what's going on, what's new this month. So we've got that enable Copilot adoption within Viva, so the admin control stuff, and then some of that user capabilities. So as we jump down, enable Copilot adoption communities in Viva Engage. So if you're not aware what Viva Engage is, it's Yammer. So it's all been rebranded, so it's part of that user experiences inside of Teams as well as a separate browser extension. So here we go. You can see now we can actually go off, create a Yammer network, a Viva Engage network, make it all about your Copilots, your adoption, get people to share prompts. I did this prompt and somebody below said, well, I just tried it and I've adapted it slightly to be able to improve it in this way and how this worked for me. So a great area for you to be able to go off and actually share how prompting is supporting your organization and building communities and your whole organization growing in their ability to be able to use prompts. I love this one. Going a bit further down, further expansion around the availability for the Copilot dashboard. This is so important around your adoption. If you put business cases in to be able to say, I need to spend this money to be able to be an AI organization, you want to be able to prove that return on investment. So the dashboards and having these available to us is really now important. A few things that just to state out here. We are now rolling out the Copilot dashboard to Copilot Microsoft 365 who have over 100 assigned licenses or 10 premium Viva Insights licenses. So you need to make sure that you're part of that license type to be able to actually get this value add from Microsoft. So don't get caught out. You've got to have that 100 licenses to be able to go off and use it. It's just a little example of the kind of things that people are using and how they're using their Copilots within their organization. Meetings, emails, Teams, documents, Copilot chats, and you can drill down a little bit further with this as well. One of the key things that I speak to organizations about is their data. Is their data in line? We know that Copilot is only going to be as good as the data that's available to them and with their permissions. And with many organizations worried that they've overshared over the last couple of years, that they've had Microsoft 365 and SharePoint Online, the ability to be able to go off and restrict these things or put these into the places that we need to is becoming more and more of a need. Seeing that from a partner point of view, seeing that from organizations wanting to actually put in certain restrictions and governance. Now Microsoft are giving us a little bit more around here. The SharePoint Events Management extends traditional IT controls for content and access governance in to help you to manage your organization's data. Microsoft are recognizing that customers are struggling with this and they're giving you more tools. So this might be a key thing to go off and have a look at as part of your deployment in your environment for your Copilot to enable people to chat to all of the data across. Turn prompts into actions with Copilot Labs. So we didn't talk about Copilot Labs previously in the July update, but what we have got with Copilot Labs, this is probably your first entry point for your end users. It's a place for you to be able to go off and see what those prompts that you could use. Now, they are simple prompts, so you can go off and elaborate them and go and send them off to your Viva Engage afterwards around what it is. But one of the things we do, and I'm just going to bring up Copilot Labs here. So if you've got a Copilot for Microsoft 365 license, you see the different prompts that are available here. Create a quiz, add an image, get in shape, pick a particular thing that you want to be able to do, or what application is it that's sitting within it. or now we've also got this ability to be able to do by departments and by industry. So really good stuff that Microsoft are doing. But as you can see, they're very simple prompts. Can you brainstorm funny names for me? Maybe not too much corporate, but you know what? Good from a training and getting people to be able to get to use and get to understand how this product works. So great, love Copilot Labs, very entry level kind of adoption kind of side of things. What Microsoft are saying here is, let's jump back to the blog post, is that they're giving you the ability. Now you may notice on the page there, I've got the prompts, great, I can read it. Now you're going to be able to click a button which takes you through to, as it says there, trying Copilot from Microsoft 365, trying Word. So you've got the ability to be able to take that prompt into the application to be able to try it. So nice little kind of updates coming with Copilot Labs. Enhancing data and understanding with Copilot in Excel. We know Copilot in Excel is still in preview. There's an extensive roadmap around what is going to be adding, and more things are rolling out. So we've got more things that we can go off and we can ask it to help us make changes inside of tables and the data inside of that, describing things. So some nice stuff that's kind of going. Continue to watch the Copilot in Excel space to see how things are growing further. Conditional access, preview, can you help me? So as this prompt says here, highlight rows where there's a sales lead but no territory listed. So there you go. Nice ways of being able to very quickly do it. Put you in the formula as well. So if you want to learn about what that formula could look like. So nice way of being able to just ask Copilot to go off and do these things for you. Interesting first screenshot I've seen with no preview item here on that right hand side for Microsoft. So maybe we're close to getting it out of preview. Craft and organize emails faster with Copilot. Now, if you've got the new Outlook and you're using that progressive web app version, what you'll see in the top right hand corner is that Copilot icon. And you can do lots of stuff within your Outlook to do that. What Microsoft are now doing is expanding that Outlook. And if you notice the image here, if I try and expand one of these, you'll notice that we've got this Copilot down this right hand side. I apologize, it's a little small here, but are we going to be able to do more contextual stuff here should we want to be able to do so? So with that, Microsoft are saying, you know what, you're going to be able to craft and organize your emails from that location should you want to be able to do so. So lots of easy ways to be able to start using Outlook even further. I've had a question recently, do I go with classic Outlook or do I go with the latest Outlook? Am I going to get the same feature priorities? No, the new Outlook is always going to get the latest content and the latest Copilot updates. Jumping down a little bit further, as you can see here, we've got improvements around how you can summarize documents. If you've done research into large language models, they have a context window. How much context, how much data can I give it before it gives me a response? Microsoft have now upped this inside of Word and we have the ability to be able to give you 80,000 words. So if you've got a document that's 80,000 words, you can now summarize the whole thing. Previously, you had to kind of do it in the kind of sections, or it may not summarize the whole document because it can't understand that whole thing. It's going to make Copilot faster in Word as well. As we continue to scroll down, quizzes in Copilot in forms. Now, you could ask, it's going to go and create a form for you inside a Copilot in forms, and that ability to be able to go off and ask it a question. Can you build me 10 questions that help me to understand the adoption of Copilot? And it could give you those kind of 10 things that we'll put into that form, but now we can do it in quizzes as well. So if you've got some clever stuff, as it says here, a mass function quiz for the 9th grade students, as it goes off and does it. Here we go, it's putting all that nice little symbols, maths kind of side of things in there. A really nice little way that we can use the quizzes. We've got more stuff, improving that centralized communication around that Viva Amplify and that Viva Pulse, that we can go out in there, be able to understand more, having Copilot helping us to write more text to support those emails. So plenty of stuff going on in there. So again, if you're using Viva, you've got the wider Viva platform, certainly improvements that you've got here to be able to help you with that. Now, before I just move away from Viva, just to point out there is a Viva set of updates that also came out on the 31st of July. And as you can see here, it goes a bit more into that adoption and how people can use Copilot and understanding how your organizations are doing it. So as it says here, the reports has 5 sections: Copilot usage across a group, and being able to compare it from an app point of view. What are the most frequently used Copilot features inside those apps? Is it something inside of Teams and Teams Meetings, example, or people doing stuff within PowerPoint? So you get a bit of an understanding how that's doing it. What is the Copilot usage trend across groups, and what is the breakdown of Copilot usage across groups? So that's a bit more defined there, should you want to be able to go off and do it. So I'll link this link into the description below as well. We've also got updates inside of SharePoint that talk about Copilot. Now, it's a bit further down the page, so forgive me while I scroll down here, but this is super important that we also look at this. Great little audio clip. I think that's worth a good listen. So the intranet zone. I love these guys. It's great to listen to them and kind of talking about what they're doing with SharePoint and how the SharePoint platform is changing. But I'm just going to navigate a bit further down the page, and I'm going to jump into a update around, here we go, related technologies. Now, it's not SharePoint technically, but it probably sits within that same product group. So as you can see here, try our new Copilot in Planner. Preview in the new Planner in Teams. So if you've got a project plan 3 or plan 5, you now got a Copilot as well. So Copilot for Planner, enabling you to be able to go off and start to build out your plans, your actions, whatever it may well be inside of Planner. So something that's there, thought pull it out from when I was reading the SharePoint update, but you can see some really good stuff that's going off. So if I just pull down here into Teams, you'll notice we've got the Copilot here on this right hand side, and the ability to be able to build a plan, ask it to do it. So add a goal for a product launch. Okay, here you go. I created goals for a product launch. So you're using that understanding and that it's knowledge that it has as an AI tool to build a goal for a product, and it puts certain things in there automatically for you. You want to define it more, you improve the prompt. So that's where you can use the large language models to support you to be able to do things like that. The next one, the last one here that we've got, is around Teams. Again, another really good blog post to be able to go out and put out. Lots of stuff in here around chat and the collaboration, emojis, custom emojis you can build. You can build your own company-wide emojis should you want to be able to do so. We can turn things off inside of channels for notifications. But I'm just going to jump down a little bit here again. One of the things just to say, there's a focus in this blog post around meeting spaces, and we're going to actually go into and we're going to do a separate video around that because it's really important. But as you will see, as we just pass this area and these Teams rooms and devices, this is where we're going to go a dedicated post around and building the content this moment in time. But one of the issues you have when you go into a meeting space and you've got Copilot running, let's say you've got 3 people on a Teams meeting, and then you've got the room, and there's 5 people in the room. So we've got 8 people in the meeting altogether. Copilot knows who the 3 are because they've logged in with their account, but it doesn't necessarily can recognize who those 5 people are inside the room. So it just comes up in the transcript, which AI uses to be able to go off and give you the notes and the actions. Well, who said that? It just says unknown user for those 5 people inside the room. Well, with the right kind of configuration and people are happy to share their voice recognition, Copilot can go, oh, Alex Pierce is in the room, and I'll make sure that, you know what, any of the transcripts, anything that he says, it says his name to it. And the more people inside your organization can do that with your rooms experiences, even better. So we're going to do a deep dive into the technology that's involved from that point of view, how it works on certain devices at the moment, but not others. But once I've got that video, I'll stick a link up at the top for you to be able to do it. And finally, we've got the email that is sent out to Copilot for Microsoft 365 users. So this is probably what's been sent to most of your users internally. As you can see, the July edition sent on the 29th of July, checking out what's new and smarter and how it's becoming faster. Popular prompts, set up conditional formatting, bold the top 10 values in this document. So that's it, a spreadsheet. So again, helping you to be able to do formatting and find certain bits of data and trends inside of Copilot for Excel. Get key dates from meetings, list the key dates mentioned in this meeting in a table. remembering that with your prompting, you can tell it to put it out in a particular format. I want it to be in bullet points. I want it to be in tables. So we can do those kind of things. Giving Copilot skills, keep your team on track. So nice few little videos. Be able to run these. So we'll just open this one here so you have a quick look. We've got a little video that's going to run here, just a minute and 15 minutes long. So maybe good to be able to share from a user adoption point of view, or you want to send your own communication out. A little how-to guide, how to go off, open up Copilot inside of Teams as it is here, and being able to write a prompt and follow up email to who is the person that you're sending it to. Well, it's actually a meeting, so we're referencing meetings, and actually, as you can see here, and group the action items, unresolved issues and next steps. So we've taken the meeting, it's going to go and get that transcription, going to put it back, and as you can see here, it's giving us a lot more information from that point of view. I can then copy that and I can send it on to whoever I need to, put it into anything like that. So nice kind of tips that it's got there. As you can see, it's now into an email. So keep an eye on those. Catch up on meetings. We've seen many of those from a demo point of view. Try this with Copilot for Microsoft 365. Smart to add formula comments. We talked about that one in that blog post a little bit easier. Quickly ingest information from meetings or documents to reduce information overload. So looking at maybe using some of those prompts that you've just seen from that video just now. Easily draft and refine content based on your organization's documents. So revise or paraphrase existing content. Make it easier for a user. I know I can talk too much sometimes. My writing is a lot shorter, but I could even shorten it even maybe just to get a point across, or make it really easy for somebody to be able to read that I know that they struggle with time from an email point of view. And as Microsoft have always said, we're going to improve this product. We're learning from it. We're going to improve it. We're going to listen to your feedback, and based on the feedback that you have given to Microsoft, easier use information in custom PDF files to create presentations. I don't just want to be able to do it from Word documents. I want to create it from a PDF file. I've got a how-to guide. I want to turn that into a presentation for an adoption, or from a presentation I'm going to give. So we can go off and we can do that. And generate summaries based on multiple emails, presentations, and Teams chats. This is really powerful. Ask Copilot, summarize my email, chat, and presentations from last week, or create a to-do list with my 3 Teams meetings on July the 3rd. So nice way for it to be able to go off, let it go off and find all that information and bring it back. If you found that information useful, please do leave a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget that subscribe button as well for me. Hopefully you can see the updates that Microsoft have kind of improved the product for Copilot for Microsoft 365 during July, and what's coming into the August timeframe are exciting and going to support you within your organization, or they're actually going to help you to get that business case over the line. So good luck with any of those. Get this communication out to your staff, and I'll see you again soon on the value add.